Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of SVG's At the Rink. I'm Kristian Hernandez, the Associate Editor and Social Media Manager for SVG. I have the pleasure now to speak with Wanton Davis. He is the Executive Producer of live events for the Los Angeles Kings. Wanton, how's life out there in the Golden State? How is the season so far? And how's the first year so far out in there in LA?
Hey, Christian, how are you, sir? Things are well. Things are well. It feels good out here right now. It's mild 70s, light breeze. You couldn't ask for more. As far as the season and the team, things are going well. We're fighting for a playoff spot. We have some spurts of just amazing momentum, and so hopefully we'll be able to figure things out and work our way into the playoffs.
Awesome. Little late game push, late season push, try to get to the postseason. But I alluded to it before. Congratulations. You got your job with the Kings this year. First year in the NHL. You've had experience in sports before. You've worked with NBC Sports. You've had a past of working in the sports industry, but this is a whole different beast in venue production. My question to you is, how has that first year been? What are some of your favorite moments, difficulties this year, and kind of starting a new job during this whole pandemic?
I will tell you, starting a new job during the pandemic has been weird. How we all can imagine, right? I know people via Zoom, and then I bump into people in real life. And I'm like, oh, you look like that. Okay, all right. Nice to meet you. So that's been a bit challenging, and I would say the most challenging part about starting anything during a pandemic is you just don't have that face-to-face interaction that you would normally have. So a lot of those water cooler conversations or those hey blah 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 blah,
Right.
those things don't really occur now, and you have to schedule time to speak to someone, and so all of that kind of stuff. But um, on the flip side of that, starting during a pandemic in a space that I'm figuring out has been fun and has been rewarding, and I've been able to see some of the things that I think work and some of the things that I think don't necessarily work, and just kind of playing with various different things and various different elements of the show. And so that's been fun, and that's been really exciting.
Well, I could say this: a lot of the traditional folk that have been working in this industry, this is basically their first year too, because they've never had to do it this way. So you aren't behind the eight ball as much, which is a good thing. But you're bringing some fresh ideas, I'm sure, to the show out in Staples Center, and that's what I want to know next. What are the elements out there in LA with fans not being there yet?
Well, one thing that I've really tried to focus on and really tried to implement is to make an LA centric, LA first show.
Yeah.
And I think in LA, a lot of our audience, they're exposed to a lot of different entertainment, different forms of entertainment. And so want to just bring all of that together and really reward the fans for being Kings fans, because LA is a very crowded space. It's a very crowded market. And so if you come to a Kings game at the Staples Center, we want to reward you with the best show and the best overall experience possible. And that's something that I've really focused on, and will continue to focus on. I think now we're just getting our feet wet as far as figuring it out, but we really love to grow that and just really love to make it an LA party. Every time you step foot into the Staples Center, it's an LA centric party, and you know where you are. You are not going to forget where you are, and you're going to really appreciate that overall LA experience.
So when this comes out, about a week later, that party will start because fans will be coming back to Staples Center. It's official, April 20th. My question is, have you thought about what you're going to do? Or you have a history with in the music industry working for MTV. Is it going to be the California Loves? Or you're going to start pumping up some music? Have you thought about what your show will kind of look like when you get to see fans for the first time in seats?
Definitely giving it thought, and definitely going through a bit of a testing phase at the moment. But like I said, I mean, I really plan on leaning into the love for LA. And I think a lot of people think that LA is a big city. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's a huge city, huge market, but there is a sense of love and a sense of community. And so really looking forward to celebrating that and celebrating our diverse group of people we have here. I mean, we have people from every walk of life, from every background, from every culture, from just about everywhere. A lot of people have settled into California and LA specifically. And so want to make that a very communal event and an event that everybody can rally around one mission. And kind of how we see it is that that mission is that King's logo. And so we're all here to celebrate, we're all here to rally, and we're all here to just have a good time.
You mentioned how you're meeting your colleagues and you're working with them. You're getting to see them in person for the first time. And we joked you're reaching the end of your regular season because I don't want to eliminate you guys because the postseason is still an opportunity. But you're meeting new people. Who are some people on your staff in venue wise and kind of on the live event side that you want to give a shout out to? I'm sure everyone deserves credit, but is there anyone top of mind that you want to give some shout outs to?
I mean, I could start from the person at the door at Staples Center to Luke Robitaille, the president of organization.
Right.
It just, I think everyone along the way is impactful. Everyone along the way is important. And I'm just lucky enough and feel privileged enough to work with some of the best people in the industry. I mean, the Staples Center is a legendary venue,
Right.
and we have we have some good pieces in place. And so my job is to figure out some of those pieces and see how to use them to the best of their ability. It's kind of like driving a Porsche. You can have the Porsche, but you got to figure out how to drive it, right? So
Right.
so something like that, where we have some really good people and some really good pieces in place, and I just am figuring out how to manipulate those, how to push them, as far as they can go, and just make them work well, and make them work for all of us. And so that's something that I'm focused on. But I there's just a group of people, amazing people, and extremely talented people who make my job a lot easier.
Awesome. Well, if you were having fun before, it's going to get even more fun because people are coming back. And going into your second season with the Kings, it's going to be even a hell of a lot more fun because you're going to have, hopefully, knock on wood, a more regular season where packed crowds, like you mentioned, LA, tapping into the vibe and that legendary venue. So the best is yet to come, Wanton. I really appreciate you taking the time. Number one, keep on staying safe, keep on doing a great job. And hopefully, when it's safe enough to do so, I'll catch a flight out to LA and say hi in person.
Please do, please do. Well, you're gonna have a good time. I'll guarantee you that.